adventurers, and welcome to another War of Emperium session here in Ragnarok Online GGH. We are your casters for tonight. My name is James.
Hey, my name is MG.
And
Yeah.
of course, for those of you guys who are watching right now, greetings to you all. And if you can please like and follow the page and make sure to share the stream. And yeah, so we will have more fun here in watching our War of Imperium session for tonight. And if you can join our ROGGH Discord as well, links can be found in the pinned comment or in the description of the stream. During this stream, we'll be sending out or giving out codes that you can redeem as well. Um, later on, we'll be
Yeah,
showing,
later on.
we'll be showing a code later on that will be there at the lower right section of our screen.
Yeah.
And yeah, as soon as we release the codes, we're going to tell you the mechanics on how to redeem that. Okay. All right. So what's this? What's this build actually?
I'm actually trying to find out Arsenal.
Oh, that's Arsenal. So Arsenal changed it to a new
Yeah.
logo, new emblem rather. Okay. Kinda. Uh, okay. I'm not sure how. I'm not sure what I would feel about that emblem though.
Yeah.
It's different.
It's a face of
Yeah,
someone.
it's a face. Yeah, it's a face of someone. But yeah,
Okay, an early clash
um,
there, coming from Goons and Arsenal. And seeing the numbers of Goons earlier, I think they have a pretty strong numbers for tonight's session. And I think Dominati scouted the fight of Goons and Arsenal.
mhm.
So I think they're gonna be targeting this castle.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. And for those of you guys who are watching right now, if you do want to have shout outs, you want to shout out your players or your favorite guilds here in Ragnarok Online GGH, so just make sure to type in the comment section. We'll be reading the comments that you guys send out. And yeah, if you just want to tell us something or you want to have a chat with us, you can do so as well. Why they nerf RK so much? Can't even kill an MVP. Uh, I'm not sure that they nerf an RK though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think
Yeah,
have you? They haven't checked the patch notes yet, but
yeah.
I think we're gonna check that.
I don't think there's an RK nerf. Uh, yeah. I'm not sure though. Anyway, yeah. We actually saw Arsenal earlier. They don't have a lot of numbers compared to the last session that we saw them, or back then, or last Tuesday. Since they have a different emblem right now, of course. Last Tuesday, last War of Emperium, they had the chance to actually take down Red Dominari as
Oh
well.
yeah,
But they have a lot of numbers back on the previous session compared to what they have right now. So this might be different though.
yes, and I think they're gonna pick up more members in the mid part maybe. I think we still in the first 4 minutes of the war. Maybe some of them are kind of late
Mhm.
for this War of Imperium. Yeah. Again, if we're gonna see that numbers that we saw last session, definitely they can. Well, I'm gonna be super excited to see the fight versus Red Dominari and Arsenal.
Mhm.
It's gonna be more. I think if Arsenal can bring that number, I would say that they've been improving in terms of numbers as well. They're being consistent as well on recruiting and maintaining that good amount of numbers. So let's see if
Yes.
Arsenal can actually show up with I
Ooh.
think that's like 40 players last time.
Uh-huh. Well,
Around 40
they do
heads.
have a lot of players.
Yeah.
They do have a lot of players in our previous session. But anyway, we will see them here in our current session since we are actually
Ooh.
watching Goons right now getting taken down by this Rune Knight of Dominari. So yeah, actually that Rune Knight just went down, but that Dominari player just took out a lot of players from Goons as they are just regrouping here at the entrance of Kremhild Castle.
Yeah.
So hello MG coming from his shell. So
Hello.
hello
Hello.
there again.
Hello.
Even though she she said hi to you, I'm gonna say hi as well. They nerfed the rune. Oh, okay.
To Cirrus? To see, did I pronounce it? Yeah.
Ah, okay. The rune's no longer.
Yeah, what?
Hmm. Okay, okay. Yeah. But I think it's fine. I think that's fine though.
I think
Um.
from time to time, certain nerfs are gonna happen. That's gonna be expected, right?
Yeah.
And you know, characters will be nerfed, and again, if it's nerfed, another class will step up. So that's how the meta is getting formed from time to time.
Yes,
So yeah,
and yeah, there will be buffs and nerfs of specific characters, items of those sorts. But they're all for balancing the game. They're all balance changes. I don't think they will nerf a character just because they're too overpowered or just because they do a lot of things in War of Emperium or PvP. I think they're just balancing out each and every character in the
yes,
game. So every character can be utilized and can be used in different situations,
yep.
right?
And again,
So
because lately, James, I think we saw multiple wow. I'm not sure
okay.
if you saw that arrow storm coming from that ranger on the top lane or on the high ground.
Mhm.
Wow. But again, I think we are seeing a lot of arcades lately doing multiple Dragon's Breath. Having like 5 RKs doing massive Dragon Breath can actually take down an entire guild. So maybe they're trying to switch that type of meta
Mhm.
to a different, more on a more. I think they're trying to extend the fights instead of a one-shot type of clashes.
Mhm.
So,
Well, mostly guilds are leaning more onto utilizing that mechanic in their lineup.
right now, yeah.
They do use rune knights, but they are mostly only for extra damage for delaying the opponents or making them consume
Or
more
maybe
potions.
last hitting the low
Yeah,
HP as well, yeah.
yeah, last hitting as well. So they're just considered extra damage right now, similar to how arrow storms are.
Yes, exactly.
Of course, if there are a lot of rune knights, casting Dragon's Breath, and a lot of people using Arrow Storm or Rangers using Arrow Storm, that damage will stack up, and will be able to wipe out specific players that
Yes.
you are targeting. So I think the Dragon Breath didn't get nerfed anyway, so the
Oh,
damage didn't get nerfed, but certain changes will happen for characters, of course, for balancing,
yep.
and I think that's fine. So more characters can shine in different situations. But yeah, actually, this is going to be a battle between Arsenal and Last Nightmare.
Yes.
Earlier, we saw Adonis actually try and enter the stack there of
Yes.
Arsenal earlier, but I don't think they have enough numbers to actually push this castle, since that they are barely even at a decent number to actually go for a GGG fight. But I think against a medium-sized guilds, Adonis will stand a chance against them. But ooh,
Ooh!
what? A suicidal destruction,
Yeah.
actually taking down a lot of players here of Last
Wow.
Nightmare, and Arsenal wants to push out on Last Nightmare right there, but Last Nightmare just trying to hold their ground, while Arsenal just making sure they have enough members to actually defend this choke point here in the Kremhild Castle. And that
Yes.
suicidal destruction, though,
A good
taking
connection.
out majority of the players of Last Nightmare.
Yes. And I think that mechanic did a good job there connecting the damage to multiple Last Nightmare. And I really like the discipline here coming from Arsenal as well. They didn't actually push through. They didn't follow those players who got left out from that blast. And again, Arsenal is executing things properly now. I mean, they've been really consistent on those execution. I think they're getting comfortable with the mechanic suicide destruction to their enemies. So that's why they've been capitalizing it from one Wharf Imperium to another Wharf Imperium. They've been doing consistent. And if the mechanic failed to do the suicidal destruction, they still have the backup mixed up um, with Dragon's Breath and Arrow Storm. So they're pretty good. They're all well round. They have that all well round attack on the side of Arsenal.
Yes.
So that's nice.
And actually, while Red Dominari is scouting right here in Kremil Castle, Purple Dominari is actually regrouping there at the entrance of Kremil.
Ooh.
And yeah, I'm still a little bit weirded out by the emblem of Arsenal right now. But I think they have a purpose for changing that emblem. From what I see, there's a face, then the letters
Yes.
HBD. Maybe it's someone's birthday
Oh.
for Arsenal. Yeah, I'm just not used to seeing Arsenal's emblem this way. Yeah, I'm a bit startled.
Yeah.
All right.
HBD.
Okay, so yeah, Arsenal just wants to defend this choke point as well. Nobody is pushing just yet. Dominari is still just regrouping there at the entrance. Maybe, making sure they have enough members to go in and take out
Yes.
Arsenal who are defending this castle. Purple Dominari is already all set. Red Dominari as well. Maybe they're just waiting for a few members before pushing in, but we are expecting a huge Dominari push.
Another
if they,
swarm. Let's go.
Yeah. Another swarm of Dominari players here. This is not their full number. This is just maybe half. This is just maybe half of Dominari's numbers. So this is not their full number right here.
Okay, prediction, James. Purple Dominari versus Arsenal on this push.
Well, considering the numbers of Purple Dominari and the numbers of Arsenal, I think Arsenal stands a good chance into holding them back, but
Yeah.
not. But I don't think they'll be able to defend against the push coming from Purple Dominari,
Yeah,
unless that suicidal destruction connects once again.
same. But on my side, if they're gonna chase down those players who got left on that blast, I think that's gonna be a GG side, or Arsenal will lose the defense. So I think they just need to hold the fight here and sustain their location. And just in case that somebody do a quick push, they need to fall back on the warp and regroup immediately there and hold that portal.
But suicidal destruction will land actually on the stack there of Arsenal. And as you can see, the swarm of Dominari once again. I think dealing with Purple Dominari is going to be tough for Arsenal at this time. But Red Dominari pushed in as well, so it's kind of like a no chance. Arsenal didn't stand a chance. Rather, Arsenal didn't stand a chance into actually defending this castle because we know that Dominari pushes with a full force like that. The swarm will come in. The only way for you to defend against that swarm is to possibly do a portal defense
Yeah.
with a lot of players defending.
Yes. And I think earlier, Arsenal is anticipating the Purple Dominari to push them. I think they're not expecting Red Dominari will be initiating the push on that one. So that's why they try to hold their bombs, or they're trying to hold their key skills to the purple one. But again, Red Dominari managed to capitalize on that and try to destroy the entire defense of Arsenal, making them the owner of this castle, which is Grimhild.
Yes. Well,
Okay,
I don't think defending against a swarm of Dominari players like that is actually an ideal move. since you already saw how Dominaria swarms in on
Exactly.
your guild.
I agree. Yes.
So I think the best option to deal with Dominaria if they want to swarm in like that is to possibly do a portal defense with a lot of delaying
Yes.
skills like manholes, vacuums, traps. You can also cast a lot of floor skills that can
Hmm.
deal a lot of damage against your opponents. But you need to wipe out those mechanics, those suras, and those true knights who wants to just punish your stack right there.
Exactly. And yeah, I think right now the best option that they can have is try to, again, they're catching they have more numbers now.
Mhm.
So I think these numbers can actually take down purple right now in an easy push. But again, lately we are seeing Red Dominari helping Purple Dominari in every clash. I think they've been sending out like 2 to 3 players of Red Dominari to help out Purple Dominari. And that's what I like about Dominari. You
Mhm.
know, it's not about the color, it's not about if you're guild 1 or guild 2. As long as you're Dominari, we're gonna help you, right? So
Yes.
that's one of the best things about Dominari. They don't want to
Mhm.
lose, regardless if you know what other guilds say. Dominari is Dominari. They're here to dominate, basically.
Yes. And yeah, actually, you know, uh, Arsenal wants to push in right now on Dominari. So I'm not sure on how the defense of Dominari is currently. Maybe they're pushing a different castle, or maybe they are just waiting for the opportunity to strike. Let's see if there's a
Ooh,
defense setup right here. There is a defense setup here coming from Red Dominari. As I was just informed that there's a battle in Madrid Castle right now.
oh, right now?
But actually, we'll just wait for this battle to unfold before we actually visit a different castle for the time being.
Yes. And right now, Arsenal is contesting continuously Red Dominari
Mhm.
from one session to another session. They know that they have the capability to take down Red Dominari.
Mhm.
It's actually proven. They've been winning fights versus Red Dominari and even on Purple Dominari as well. Again, having this contest from time to time on Arsenal, it actually gives them the experience to level up their execution in terms of offense and defense as well.
Mhm.
So I really like their attitude towards the war lately, and hopefully, you know, they can actually get more numbers, and or hopefully we can see that huge Arsenal lineup that we saw last War of Imperium.
Mhm. But I think Arsenal has a decent numbers right now. I think they already regrouped, and maybe a bunch of their members already went online. They have a lot more numbers compared to how they defended this castle earlier.
Yeah,
Maybe not a lot of their members were online just yet
yeah.
when they were defending. So or they're just getting all set for the offense.
Yep.
But right now, we are just going to watch Arsenal as they try and enter this portal right here. Dominari has that defense setup, and I think they already have a lot of skills casted on the floor right there.
Yes.
So I
And
think this is going to be hard for Arsenal. Let's see. Someone scouted for Arsenal earlier, but not a lot of players from Arsenal
yeah,
went in.
I think the key here is if they can manage to connect the mechanic on the front line of Dominari. I think there's a 90% or 80% chance that they can win versus Dominari on this one. Again, the key for this one.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay,
they're gonna
okay.
jerk
Red
in.
Dominati wants to push out,
Oh,
and that's suicidal
I
destruction.
almost
Look at
died.
that. Look at what happened to your HP right there,
Okay.
MG. Okay, okay, okay.
At least my my reflex right now is is much better compared to the other stream. I managed to survive that damage.
Yeah, at least you survive. At least you survive. But yeah, Red Dominari actually took advantage of the situation. Someone scouted from Red Dominari. They noticed that they're not even casting skills there on the floor when they're all regrouping there at the portal. So maybe we could just take advantage. Maybe we could just push them out.
Oh,
But right now, members of Arsenal are here. They want to take down Dominati as a bunch of their members got taken out by that arrow storm coming from
Arsenal coming in.
Arsenal earlier. But
Here we go.
Dominati has already their defense set up. And they are trying to, hold this ground, pushing Arsenal out. And just waiting for
Yeah, I think they're just waiting for the damage here coming from Arsenal. Arsenal right now is trying to sustain everything here, but again, Dominari.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so a bit of technical difficulties right there, MG.
Yeah. No
Okay.
worries, no worries. Yeah. So what happened there, guys, is again, Arsenal have the opportunity there to push in. Yeah. But again, Dominari managed to sustain those aggressive pushes coming from Arsenal. Arsenal managed to push them to the Emperium periphery, but again, we're talking about Dominari. You know Dominari, they can regroup fast. They can actually do a quick counter versus those opposing guilds that we have on this server. And I think Arsenal just fell short on that push, and that made them to fall back. And right now they're trying to regroup as fast as they can, but Dominari is ready to take down those flankers or those solo players coming from Arsenal. And Arsenal is answering back by a quick regroup there. I think they need to regroup in order for them to take down this small group of the red Dominari. And we saw a quick damage there coming from the Ranger, securing those key players on the side of Arsenal. Arsenal right now is losing one by one here, and red Dominari is being too aggressive, and Arsenal is losing the grip on this fight. They need to regroup. Somebody needs to call a regroup on the side of Arsenal, and I think Dominari managed to wipe the entire forces of Arsenal for this round. So yeah.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, and as we are just trying to fix those technical difficulties that we experienced earlier, as
There you go.
my feed is kind of dark right now. Okay. Yeah, because MG, I couldn't see anything. All right. Yeah, since we are just here, actually, someone just mentioned that there is a battle happening in Fatgrid Castle. Actually, Adonis is the castle owner, and the purple Dominari wants to push in on Adonis right now. So maybe we can watch that battle unfold. We can visit the Emperium. I think they're getting all set there in Fatgrid Castle, since yeah, actually the camera.
There you go.
Yeah, all right. Okay, so everything's fixed. Everything's okay right now. Sorry about that, guys. We need to fix those technical difficulties. Anyway, yeah, a lot of things happened earlier though. We saw Arsenal push in on red Dominari, and same goes for red on same goes for red Dominari on Arsenal earlier. But
Yep.
Arsenal had a hard time defending against that swarm coming from Dominari, since we know that Dominari's numbers, they are hard to deal with, especially if they are going to push with purple Dominari with pink Dominari.
Yep.
Dominari is really a tough guild to beat, since they have their numbers, they have their strategies, and they will take advantage of every situation in order for them to beat you up.
Yes. And what I like about the aggressiveness on the side of Arsenal, they just want to take their chances. Maybe Arsenal is not aware. They're trying to they're trying to catch Dominari off guard on that scenario. And again, I really like the reaction they're coming from the Arsenal. I think Arsenal wants to force the errors coming from Dominari, and once Dominari commits those errors, they will take it immediately without any hesitation. If if there's a chance to just just regroup and push in, or just
Mhm.
immediately push in and take down the numbers of Dominari, they would do it. The
Mhm.
commitment coming from this guild is unbelievable, and I really like their attitude towards the fights that we have right now. They go all in, they go 101% in every fight. If they die, they don't care. They're gonna regroup and they're gonna push in immediately.
Yes,
That's how
and
Arsenal right
speaking
now.
of fights, actually, Adonis managed to actually take down a few members of Dominari who are just lurking here at this Emperium. We haven't seen much of them in our previous session, but they actually messaged me.
Oh,
They actually messaged me at the end of last Tuesday's session.
oh,
They told me that while
what's the
fights were unfolding in different areas, or we were watching Arsenal and Dominari and Last Nightmare, they were actually battling it out with other guilds in different castles.
ah,
So we didn't actually just catch them
yeah.
in action, but yeah, we are seeing them right now, and they are all set for tonight's session. So let's see on how they will try and deal with their opponents.
uh, to be fair, I really like the fights between small guilds and the medium-sized guilds. Why? Because again, the room for error on those fights are very small. If you really like commit a mistake, your entire guild will suffer from that mistake. Compared to a large scale fight wherein you have multiple warlocks, you have multiple archbishops supporting each other, just in case one archbishop fails to do their role, another archbishop will cover it up. But in a small scale fight or a medium scale fight, you have limited resources, you have limited class, you have limited skill to cast, and you need to perfect everything every time that you're gonna do a fight versus a guild.
Yes,
So that's what I like about the small and medium sized fights. No room for
mhm.
error technically.
Yes, and I think the number of Adonis right now might be able to deal with a number like goons.
Oh,
But you can see things happening right here. Dominari just wants to push in on Adonis, and Adonis is losing members one by one. And here you go, Dominari just take advantage of everything. Take advantage of their numbers. Adonis doesn't have time to regroup right there, since a bunch of their members got stuck when they actually used that flag warp. A bunch of their members didn't actually make it here at the Emp room, so they don't have time to defend this Emp from getting taken down by Dominari.
yes. And what happened earlier as well? I think there's a good push there coming from Dominati. They have few players moving into the back lane, but also they have certain rune knights staying near at the portal. They know that they can reach the back lane using Dragon's Breath, and some of them stay there and cast Dragon Breath freely, because most of the damage of Adonis is focused to those players who's actually walking towards their back lane. So basically, the Rune Knights are free. They're actually doing a free hit to those warlocks and yeah, to their back lane basically. So yeah,
Yeah, and Dominari right now is getting all set here in Kremhild Castle. And while we are watching them do so, we actually saw players or a player open up some cosmic eggs right there. So yeah, actually, Cosmic Egg is now up. It's now available in the cash shop. Now is your chance to obtain exclusive items such as sealed MVP cards and the Wings of Raphael or Grim Reaper costume. Okay.
Grim Reaper.
Okay. Yeah, and the sealed MVP cards though.
are the silver
Uh,
MVP cards. I just
yeah,
saw that.
they are half the effect of the MVP cards, but you still get the effect though. You
Yeah.
still get the effect. Okay? And yeah, if you now it's your chance to actually, try and get a hold of these items.
Yeah.
And speaking of events, one event coming up that is
Hmm.
Right there, MG, as some technical difficulties again. Hey, I'm not sure what's happening though.
Yeah.
Maybe because we are experiencing some slight technical difficulties, and I'm seeing black once again. All right. So yeah, something we need to mention is the SG community event coming up. This is just a reminder for the SG community event on the 27th of August. Come meet our CM Nico and fellow players. You can stay tuned for more updates coming up. Players who have indicated their interest are reminded to check their email inboxes and junk mailboxes for updates on the event. So make sure to check your emails and yeah, just check it out.
Yeah, it's
And
it,
yeah,
yeah,
we'll see
it
you
will be
there at
fun.
the.
Seriously, yeah. And the in
We'll see you there
loot as
at
well.
the event, though.
Well, I heard the loot
Uh-huh.
are very nice if you're gonna join the SG community event. So guys, make sure to check it out and check your email for those invites.
All right.
Mhm.
Yeah, since we are having some a bit of technical difficulties right there, we are just making sure everything is all set currently. So sorry about the delays, but we are just watching Red Dominari right now. I'm not sure where the other guilds are at right now. Maybe they are still at Fat Grid
Yeah.
Castle.
Yeah, let me go then check out Fat Rate right now.
Since Purple Dominari just you know eliminated
Oh,
Adonis from that castle, but Adonis actually regained control of this castle, and they have a decent defense set up, but not a lot of players are here. If Purple Dominari pushes in and takes a hold of their flag warp, it will be difficult for Adonis to defend. But you can see that Royal Guard just pushing in, just idly walking in on the defense there of Adonis, and I think he safely got out.
yes. I think every time that you're gonna go in the portal, you have like 3 seconds in full, as long as you don't move. So that's why we are seeing multiple players keep on going in and out freely, because I think there is an like an invul frame every time that you're gonna go in. So yeah.
Yeah, actually, most players or most guilds use Suras to scout, basically because they have that body relocation that they can use.
Mm-hmm.
So if they use that body relocation, they can go out in and out freely from the castle.
Yeah.
All right. We have a shout out here from Boo Boy. Hello, hello, Boo Boy.
Hello.
And hi, casters. Why you so handsome? Shout out. Hello, Alan. All
Oh,
right.
Alan is the RKM guy.
Uh
Yeah.
huh. Okay. Oh, what?
Yeah.
He is?
Yeah. Alan
He
is the
is?
RKM guy. Yeah.
How did you know?
Research.
Okay. So.
Yeah, I used to watch their
there-
stream. I always watch their stream.
Okay.
Yeah,
So.
even late at night. Yeah, I think. Yeah,
I
let me
think
know, Alan, if I'm
not.
correct.
I think it's not something we should mention anyway.
Okay.
All right, Arbor MG. What do you want to get from MG
Wait,
though?
what?
Neuschwanstein. So something's happening in Neuschwanstein according to Jimmy right here.
Oh. Yes, I'm sorry. Let me just,
Okay. So we're going to visit Neuschwanstein.
Okay,
Last
got it,
Nightmare is the
got
one. Is the defender though.
I got it. Thank you.
All right. Okay, so we haven't seen much of Last Nightmare and Dominari's battle in the current session. But in the previous session, though, or last Tuesday, we saw a lot of them try and take each other out. They had a lot of chances to battle each other as Dominari has a hold of the entrance of this castle. But they are regrouping because I think they want to push in on this castle since last nightmare are the defenders.
Yes.
They might push with purple dominari, or
Yeah.
they're going to leave purple dominari against a different guild.
Yes. Maybe they're gonna help Red Dominari because earlier we saw Adonis has a free cap versus Purple Dominari's castle earlier. So maybe we're gonna see a full force here.
Maybe they want to check things out for the time being. If they don't have enough manpower to deal with last night, maybe that's when Purple Dominari will come in and help them out.
Yeah, earlier we keep on seeing on the chat that they've been asking for a
Oh,
GVG. I'm not sure what guild are they trying to ask or whose guild is asking, but yeah,
uh huh.
they've been asking
Oh,
for a quick GVG.
okay. So there's no defense on this castle. I'm not sure where Last Nightmare went. Maybe they decided to give this castle up.
Yeah. Wait, let me go inside. Maybe oh yeah, they're not here.
Yeah, maybe they decided to give this castle up and defend a different castle. It's kind of weird. Maybe because they want to get a hold of a different castle instead, or it's still too early. They want to save up on a bit of supplies.
Yeah, or maybe they just want to get Dominari on a bad situation, and that's where they go in and try to wipe Dominari. That could be the
Or
case.
maybe they just want Dominari to push out, and they will push a different castle, or push a castle that Dominari is holding.
Yeah.
So there are different scenarios that we have in mind, but not exactly, or they are mostly based on speculations, though.
Yeah.
Okay. And Neuschwanstein has been captured by Dominari. And here at Fadgrid Castle, actually, we are seeing a bit of a Dominari members regrouping here. So they might try and push Adonis. As we are taking a look at different areas right now. And while we are doing that, there are new events that I want to mention for you all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there are, since we just mentioned the cosmic egg, that came out last
Mm-hmm.
Thursday. There's a new NPC as well.
Oh.
There's a new NPC called Plutozenia or Plutozenia. Okay, so players exploring the various major cities now have the chance to earn super rare costumes by purchasing consumable synthesis boxes from Plutozenia, our newest NPC. All right.
Mm.
Okay. So it's a new NPC. So coordinates are indicated there. Make sure to check it out. Of course, for more information about the event, you can visit our website r.gnjoy.asia or join the ROGGH Discord. Links can be found in the pinned comment of the stream.
Yep.
Okay. What happened to the players? Actually, we just can't find the players right now.
Yeah.
We're trying to find them though.
I think they're just playing strategic on this one. They just want a certain guild to run for the meantime, and that's why they've been moving on multiple castles right now. So yeah.
So a lot of people are actually trying to get a hold of Last Nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
They're wait they are waiting for Last Nightmare to make a.
Yes. Okay. Let me just go ahead and check this really quick.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, actually, since I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
Yes. Same
Sorry,
actually.
sorry about the technical difficulties, guys. It's something that
Yeah.
we cannot get rid of.
Yeah.
Something that's happening that we're not sure what's the cause. But anyway, we are scouting different castles right now. I'm not sure if we will see them anytime soon. Some players are waiting for Last Nightmare to appear. We are not sure where they are at right now. But yeah, actually, since Dominati is just lurking around in different locations, we haven't seen DS Cartel as well. So
Yes.
maybe they are battling it out with goons. Maybe
Yep.
Aftershock is capturing the different castles. Chao is active as well, and Opus Dei. Okay, Opus Dei is active as well.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, while we are just checking different castles out, is there a defender here in this castle?
Yes. Nemesis Armada is currently defending right now.
Okay, so actually, members of Dominati went in, so you could go in as
I
well.
think they're just scouting, or just they're putting a
Mhm.
bait right now.
No, actually, I
And
think they just want to take down the players or the ensemble right here. Classical Pluck actually got re- got removed. And
there's
Nemesis
no.
Armada isn't really defending right now.
Yeah, they don't have any follow up coming from their backlane. Most of their warlocks are. I'm not sure.
Yeah, actually, they just left behind that Classical Pluck. No one is actually casting those skills to, damage their opponents. And they're just waiting for, their opponents to take a hold of this castle. Not sure
Yeah.
currently. Um, from what I know, I think a bunch of the guys, especially in the Philippines, are experiencing some technical problems, especially especially with their ISP. I'm not
Yes.
really sure. Someone just told me, or someone just messaged me about that. Okay, so for those of you guys who are experiencing technical difficulties, I think we are experiencing the same. And it's something we cannot avoid. There's something we can do about it. But yeah, Dominari, they are just going to push right here. Red Dominari, I think, is trying to, scout where Last Nightmare is.
Yeah.
And Adonis is just holding, Fat Grid Castle. I'm not
Yes.
sure where Arsenal is right now.
Actually, that's a good call for Adonis to just to hold for one
Mm-hmm.
castle for the meantime. Again,
Mm-hmm.
they're playing objectively. They're saving their materials, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they can actually push for more Warfare Imperium because they're consuming less of their supplies from one Warfare Imperium to another.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we're not really sure where the other guilds are at right now. But I'm really excited on the performance of Arsenal. Maybe we'll be seeing them, take out a Red Dominari since they want to battle it out with Red Dominari earlier. But
Yes.
unfortunately, they got swarmed by both Dominari guilds. So maybe for now, they're just waiting for the opportunity to strike.
Yeah.
So things are just getting quite. Things are just getting quite busy for a few of our guilds.
Exactly. Okay, so I think some of the purple Dominari or yeah, I think this is the pink one. Pink Dominari is splitting up with the purple one, and they just want to have their own fight. And currently, Fratres right now
Ooh.
is trying to fight the pink Dominari, and quick dispel there coming from the Warlock, and they're trying to push here the Ranger. Ranger right now is taking a heavy
Mhm.
damage, and I think that Ranger managed to escape,
Mhm.
or I'm not sure if he died there.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
I think Purple Dominari is just scouting different castles out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if they're going to push here the castle of Adonis. Maybe some of their members already inside, taking a hold of this their flag warp. But right now, they are just holding this entrance. I think this is just a pink Dominari right here. Maybe purple Dominari is already inside. And while things are happening, cross impact,
There you go.
getting attacked right there. And yeah, as we are just watching this this warlock with no guild causing a bit of a distraction here for
Yes.
Pink Dominari. As yeah, things
He's
are
doing
happening
good.
right.
He's doing good. He's sustaining everything. Energy code casted, but again, one touch from that GX, and I think that the Warlock failed to survive that critical strike from that GX. Okay.
Okay. And while we are scouting players out, of course, we do want to mention different events as well that are happening currently in the server, like the Heroes Trail Part 2 and the Part 3. Embark on the long awaited continuation of the New World adventure with 5 new memorial dungeons. Choose to
Hmm.
go solo or party up, defeat the monsters, fulfill the missions, and reap your rewards, such as Thanos weapons, armors, and cards. Alright.
Okay.
So a lot of things can be claimed or will be rewarded from these events. And speaking of events, of course, aside from the Heroes Trails event that I just mentioned, another new event that just got launched is the Refinement event.
Ah.
Because the refinement event refine your weapons with a higher chance of success. Players can also get limited refinement materials from the cash shop. Get a boost up and earn bonus 50% experience from the 18th of August to September 1. All right,
Mm-hmm.
so you have a long time to participate in this event.
Yeah. And I think having this event will actually help the Warf Imperium players a lot.
Mhm.
Especially, somebody mentioned that there's a nerf. Maybe a quick switch up with an item to, to cover up those nerf, maybe? Right? So, I think players should take advantage of the event right now for the refinement. More refines means more, time to
Yeah.
survive, or more
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 defense though.
more
More
defense, yeah.
defense, more damage. And yeah, this is now your time to get that over ups. Get those over ups though.
Yeah.
You get more damage out of it. Of course, if you have a higher refined equipment, maybe you can get the effect coming from those higher refined equipment.
Yeah.
Okay. So refinement traits are posted in the Discord of ROGGH. So make sure to check it out. Okay. So a lot of the refined rates are there.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And speaking of refinement, guys, make sure to take advantage as well on the codes that we're actually posting on your screen. So
Mm-hmm.
from time to time, we're actually changing the codes. And again, if you want to claim the code, all you need to do is just guess the question mark. So you can actually choose from 0 to 9. All you need to do is change that question mark to 0 to 9. And once you claim it, you will get 3 pieces battle manual, 3 pieces jab manual, 10 pieces of level 10 blessing scroll, and 10 pieces as well for agi scroll, and 5 pieces mystic powder, and 5 pieces tears blessing. There you go. So yeah, take advantage of those codes.
Yes. All right. So I don't know where the our guilds are at. right now.
Mhm.
So maybe they are hiding somewhere. So yeah, they're all looking for Last Nightmare apparently,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure where they are right now. Since a lot of them are, just playing a little bit passively for tonight's session.
Mhm.
Maybe because of what I mentioned earlier, the technical difficulties that most players from the Philippines are facing right now.
Oh yeah.
So maybe that might be an issue if the players are from PH. Or
Mhm.
maybe they're just waiting for, the 30-minute mark or the last hour mark. Nonsense is holding maybe Hohenschwang since they have the capture there, or they have this castle captured.
Mhm.
Nemesis Armada is here on this castle, so maybe I can just scout this out
Yeah.
for time being.
And I think again we're if we're talking about war of Imperium, sometimes making your enemies burn their energy on scouting you can actually benefit you as well. It's part of the strategy sometimes that you let your enemies follow you
Oh,
on certain maps. Yeah,
MG Fadgrid Castle.
Fagrid, Fagrid.
Actually,
Yeah.
Fratres is here. Uh, Adonis is still castle holder. But maybe if we put our camera here, players will be interested in going in.
I'm gonna go there. I'm
Okay.
gonna go there.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
As yeah, Fratres is just trying to hold right now. Maybe they already have all of their members set. I think they are going to try and push Adonis out of this castle. Maybe they want to break this, but I don't think they have those damage dealers that will be able to take down majority of the members of Adonis who are defending.
Yes.
They have two warlocks currently. They have that royal guard. They have that minstrel, and they have a sorcerer. But I'm not sure if the damage output of Fratres will be enough to deal with Adonis.
Yes. But I
Since I
think.
think
Mhm.
Adonis has rune knights as well.
Yes.
They have that Sura. Fratres has a Sura. Oh, so they have more members here. Okay, so this is enough. This is enough.
Yes. But I think
Okay,
on
this
on
is enough.
the on the side of Flatres, as long as Flatres, you mentioned that they have a lot of warlocks as well. As
Mhm.
long as they prevent those RKs and those keepers coming from Adonis to cast their skills, I think they can capitalize on that. And then I think their sword can actually do damage. And they have their Suras, you can cast Gates of Hell there as well. And you have your GX up and ready there. So if they want to push objectively, they can break the Imperium as soon as they want to. And yeah, currently they're just trying to catch Adonis players who's been scouting right
Ooh.
now. Ooh,
Yes, and there's a volcanic ash actually casted there on the floor to inflict more fire property damage on their opponents who actually step in on that volcanic ash.
yes. And I think that's a good. That's actually a good one coming from Adonis. I think they're trying to do a quick fake on that Sura. If they can capitalize on that fake, one Sura going out, going in, going out again. On the third push, they can actually go and swarm Fratres. Fratres right now, I think they're not ready for the clash. They're not casting any skills right now, and most of the team are kind of scattered. Oh, wait, I'm gonna take that back. They have their core member at the back lane, which is this is one of the points that we've been saying on the last War of Imperium, that they need to have at least a decent amount of cells to from the portal side. So at least like 10 cells away from the portal that could actually prevent any push coming from Adonis or from other opponents or other guilds. So
Yes,
yeah.
so no surprise attacks can happen here for Fratres. And the Fratres, they're just waiting for Adonis to make mistakes. Probably because they know that Adonis already has a defense set up here at this castle. They're just waiting for Adonis to maybe make a mistake and push in. while Adonis is just scouting for the offense of Fratres.
Mm-hmm.
If they make a mistake right here, if Adonis actually decides to push out on Fratres, since all it takes is one suicidal destruction to wipe everyone out.
Yes, they need to be careful in this.
Okay?
Like,
So if Fratres it takes a little bit
here we go.
longer than usual to push in, Adonis will take advantage of the situation since we already saw them do that before. Again, I think that was against DS Cartel, that was against Goons. So they are just getting ready for this push.
I'm
Fratres,
excited for this. Here we go.
we can see some Soul Links popping up, and of course we have Numas to defend themselves from the surprise attacks coming from Adonis as Fratres wants to push in. There is no classical pluck on the floor, but we are
They need
seeing
to
some
back it up.
heavy firepower coming. Oh my goodness! Some members of Adonis actually got wiped out by that arrow storm coming from Fratres right there. And we can see a shadow chaser there on the stack of Adonis right now. And Adonis still alive and kicking. They almost got wiped out by that ranger using that arrow storm. But Adonis still standing strong. Of course, they have those members to help them out. They are their key players right now into defending this castle. And I like how they have one player, I think, just roaming around the
Yes.
Emperium right there so that they don't get you know they don't get their Imperium destroyed, as that Guillotine Fist will eliminate that player of Fratres.
Yes, and I think the Sura earlier, that's keep on popping on the portal, is actually giving or feeding the information inside the defense. So it's actually pretty obvious that Fratres is forming up for a push. Versus earlier, they've been approaching the portal, and I think the Sura is aware that in like 5 seconds, 10 seconds they're gonna push, and most of the players of Adonis casted most of their majority skill when Fratres went in. So no cooldowns wasted there. All skills has did connect there. And yeah, good recognition there coming from Adonis. And again, this is what I'm talking about, small or medium-sized guilds. You need to perfect everything every time that you're gonna push, because you don't have any backup class for your role. For example, most of the guilds that we're seeing, like Adonis and Fratres, they have like a solo minstrel, they have a solo sword, they have a solo archbishop. So they need to perfect everything. If they go in, they need to go in as a team. If they gonna go and clash, they need to clash as a team as well. So,
Yes,
yeah.
they are preparing for another push right now. Fratres is setting their offense up, and some Warlock is actually, he wants to get his equipment repaired before they actually go in. Maybe they got broken, but anyway, since Fratres is here right now regrouping, making sure they have Adonis in check. They have that Numa to actually guard themselves from that Gates of Hell or any other long-range physical attacks. But that rolling cutter, oh my goodness, taking out a lot of members of Fratres.
Oh my.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that guild should be ready. Like they should cast that Ruach from time to time, because you'll never know what's gonna attack you.
Well, they should have that Ruach, and they should cast maybe a bunch of Storm Guards or Storm Gusts on the floor rather, so that they don't get pushed from different kinds of opponents.
Yes. And
Okay.
I think Adonis is getting comfortable on defending this. They've been playing they've been playing this defense pretty well. They're putting multiple scouts outside. They've been playing with their GX right now. Their GX currently is doing the job on slowing down the regroup of Fratres. You have the Sura as well near at the portal, playing with their heads, making those tricks. Maybe Adonis will push or something. So I think Adonis is playing this mind games on Fratres very well. So
Yes.
yeah.
And yeah, for those of you guys who are watching right now, we are giving away codes that can be redeemed uh, in our website. You know, you can see it at the lower right portion of our screen. So make sure to change that question mark into a number from 0 to 9. So it's a kind of a guess that number. And, first one to to correctly guess that number and input that in our website will be able to redeem those prizes. So how to redeem your codes? Make sure to log in your website r.gnjoy.asia, log in your GNjoy account, click on membership, then redeem code. Type in your code with that question mark change into a number from 0 to 9, and then you'll be able to win prizes like battle manuals, job manuals, so blessing or agi scrolls, mystic powders, and tears blessing. All right.
Yeah.
So codes are one-time use, so it's first come, first serve.
Yes. So while you're telling the codes, I think the Sura managed to take down like 3 members of Fratres. Fratres right now is having a hard time on regrouping, and that's a good curse circle coming from Fratres, and a good hit, a curse circle guillotine fist coming from Shield X of Fratres. It's a good one, but again, they're suffering from those players who's starting to flank.
Yeah, actually, Adonis managed to thin out the stack here of Fratres.
Yep.
They're just beating up the members of Fratres who are grouping up. They're outside the portal.
Okay.
I think they don't want to wait for Fratres anymore to push in. So they took advantage of the situation.
A quick GOH there coming from Adonis. Gates of Hell connecting now. And this Sura Versicula is doing it, wiping the key players of Fratres here. Is doing the job for his guild. And right now we're seeing good numbers of Dominari here trying to gank up the backlane of Fratres. And Fratres right now is I think their numbers are is I think they're losing their numbers right now. Most of the Dominari right now is trying to regroup here. We have multiple Suras coming from Dominari trying to take out Fratres. And yeah.
Yes, and while Fratres is getting taken out here by Purple Dominari and Adonis, you almost got taken out as well.
I know.
Okay? So your HP is getting reduced minute after minute from watching the battle. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's happening. I don't know what's happening. Maybe because the battles are going to become intense, this is just a warning.
Yep.
Okay, this is just a way to warn you that, a huge battle is coming up. Adonis is in trouble since a bunch of their members actually pushed out. So they need to use that flag warp, but that flag warp will actually land there at the preempt area where Dominari is right now. They still need to walk inside. So all they need to do is to probably wait for Dominari to push in, then take that opportunity to push in as well and make a pincer attack against Purple Dominari right there. But if Purple Dominari manages to, wipe out all the remaining players of Adonis who are just defending this castle, since they are pushing in right now. Oh, why did that Sura go out? Okay, so I'm not sure why that Sura of Adonis went out. You can see some Iron Storms and Dragon Breaths landing on Adonis, but luckily for Adonis, they have that Numa casted on the floor. But that Curse Circle will actually cause a huge mishap there for Adonis, and a lot of their members are getting damaged. You can see some Gates of Hell landing. Adonis still holding their ground. Mandragora Howling got casted, so that's why the casting time of Dominari got increased by a ton. And you can see that Rune Knight coming from Dominari is in trouble since he's the only one left, and along with that Shadow Chaser just causing mayhem against Adonis. But Adonis held their ground, making sure they have the advantage. They kept their calm, used that Numa on the floor to prevent those long-range attacks from landing their stack.
Cursor
and Yeah, the only thing that they
Oh, wow.
couldn't prevent from happening is that Sura, that Sura just went in and used that curse circle to stop everyone from doing anything. So all they need to do is to maybe catch that Sura.
Yes.
But I think Adonis is still a bit scattered earlier. I'm not gonna lie, that's the defense was kinda messy for Adonis, but it worked for them. I'm not sure how it happened, since one Sura of Adonis just wants to go in and out, in and out, in and out. I'm not sure why he's doing that though. Instead of maybe using that curse circle to delay their opponents. Um, yeah, maybe he has a strategy in mind, or they have a strategy in mind.
Yeah. I think he did well on that clash. I think what's the trait there is he's trying to prevent the players of Dominari to back up the players who's inside currently.
Mm-hmm.
And we know for a fact that every time that you're gonna push, you're gonna put your tankers first in front before your back lane. On that scenario, Dominari managed to put their tankers at the portal inside Adonis defense, and most of the support side of Dominari got left out at the portal, and that's where the Sura of Adonis take the advantage and wipe them. I think he's been casting multiple GOH or Gates of Hell to those players, and yeah, I think he's actually he managed to secure that win for Adonis. That Sura alone securing the backlane of Dominari, preventing the support of preventing the support to their hard carries inside.
Yes, and right now, Purple Dominari is regrouping once again. They want to take a hold of this castle. So it became a battle between Purple Dominari, Fratres ad Vitam, and Adonis here in Fadgrid. So I kind of like how things are unfolding right now for these three guilds. I think it will be better if Goons will join in as well, along
Yeah.
with this cartel. So we'll be seeing some
Or
mid-sized
nonsense.
fights right
Even
there,
nonsense
though.
as well.
Even nonsense, though.
Yeah.
But from what I know from nonsense, is they tend to stay away from the fights. I'm not sure though. Uh, they 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 have a different objective in mind. So
Yeah.
they always want to capitalize on taking those castles that are unoccupied,
Yes.
so that they can defend it really well, because they have a higher chance of winning when they are defending instead of attacking.
Yes. And at the same time, I really like how the guild leader is playing their cards right now on the side of nonsense. Right? Again, they've been trying to play passive. I mean, not passive. They've been trying to play the Warp Imperium objectively. Right? And if you're a player that's currently got your supply burnt out on the Warp Imperium, definitely you're gonna find a guild who's is focused on the objective, right? And nonsense is the guild that you need to go if you're trying to get those supplies up and running. They've been successfully capping multiple castles from time to time, so definitely the economy on their side or their supply count is very high on their guild. And just in case that some of the players got burnt out from the fights and they just want to play really passively, nonsense is there to to get them. So I think that's a good strategy as well
Yeah.
on for the Warfare Imperium. Not only on fights, because again, fights are fights. You will win some, you will lose some, but in the end of the day, it's a matter of sustaining your guild and sustaining the supplies on every Warfare Imperium.
Yes. Well, you are correct in that regard. But right now, though, MG, I do want to see our mid-sized guilds actually battle each other out here at Fadrid Castle. So mainly, that's Adonis, Purple Dominari can join in as well, Goons, DS
Wow.
Cartel, Nemesis Armada, Fratres.
Curse Circle!
But you can see
Curse Circle!
things happening right here
Curse
as
Circle!
that Curse Circle will land on Adonis. But that Curse Circle from Adonis, from Dominari, got taken out, and another Curse Circle will land right here on the stack here of Adonis. but that Overbrand just causing a lot of
Oh,
mayhem, trying to take down that Rune Knight. But that Rune Knight has that
Adonis,
what do you call this,
they're
sacrifice
pushing now.
on their characters. But you can see that Rune Knight from Dominari just trying to take
Got you buff.
down the members there of Adonis. Ignition Break will
They're
cast right
sustaining
there.
now.
Mandragora Howling got casted there on Dominari. That's why the casting time takes so long to land. And Adonis will regroup once again. Since they have that flag warp, they're going to
Oh,
be making it easy for them to actually push in and what they call this, regroup here at the end.
yes, and I think they're not done yet. We have a couple of Dominaries right now trying to delay Adonis' stack here. But again, good recovery there coming from Adonis. We saw that curse circle securing like 6 players, but again, the Archbishop of Adonis managed to spam that heal on that group, sustaining everyone. And yeah, they managed to do a quick comeback there and a quick counter versus the raft of Dominari on that push. But again, they're not finished yet. We are seeing couple of Dominaries. We still have the RK and the Shadow Chaser here trying to cause some distraction on the side of Adonis. Adonis is very distracted on these 2 players right now. Let's see the reaction coming from the Adonis here. They've been casting multiple legs here on the RK. RK right now casting a quick Dragon Breath connecting to multiple players. But again, that Archbishop is sustaining or helping the team to survive those damage. So good good sustain there coming from Adonis.
But Dominar is not yet finished
Yeah.
since that Rager just went down from that attack coming from that sorcerer from Adonis. And Adonis is doing a good job into holding this castle though. Dominari just needs to leave a little bit of their or a few of their members there at the flag
Yeah.
to make sure
That's
they
it.
don't get pushed behind by Adonis. And to finish things off for Adonis, they actually use that Asu or Guillotine Fist to wipe players out.
Yes. Again, we don't have any equal for this one. So the key here is just run back to your stack. But again, Dominari is trying to hold this choke area, preventing any Adonis members to go back to their defense stack here inside the Emperium. And right now, I think they recognize that Adonis right now doesn't have enough numbers or firepower to defend versus their numbers. I think they need to capitalize and they need to move as fast as they can, break the Imperium to change the position on this castle.
Yes, and while they are doing so right there, I do want to mention that Singapore and Malaysia National Day event is still up and running here in ROGGH. This is to celebrate Singapore's 57th National Day and Malaysia's 63rd National Day. You can help Abamat and get daily rewards like EXP, consumables, event limited costumes, enchant stone boxes, and Safe to 7 refined tickets. This event will end on September 1, 2022, like most of our events currently in the game. As we are watching things unfold right there, Dominari will be successful into pushing in on Adonis. And that's mainly because Adonis doesn't have a lot of their numbers on their side. They were too busy pushing out. Not a lot of their players were quick enough into actually regrouping here at the using that flag to go in this Emperium to defend.
Yeah.
Most of them were outside. Most of them were outside, getting wiped out by Dominari. So before you actually push in or before you use that flag, you need to make sure that you have enough members to deal with, the stack that's currently forming before you,
Yes.
regroup.
Yeah. And
But you almost died right there.
yes,
So,
I know. For some reason, something is hitting me. But again, yeah, I agree on your on that point. Um, Maybe a suggestion. If that scenario happens again, I think a certain guild should coordinate their flag warp. Like they need to flag warp as a team, not individually. Because again,
Yes.
you're seeing multiple suras roaming around. You have your GX roaming around. Definitely, if they caught you off guard, they can actually insta kill you. But again, if you're regrouping as a team, they will think twice to engage you. So I think they should coordinate the respawn as well, or the flag warp that they're doing for this one.
Yes. And right now though, MG,
Mm-hmm.
um we actually saw Arsenal earlier at the start of the session.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really sure where they are right now.
Let me go ahead and find them.
I'm
Hopefully I
trying
can
to
find
find
them.
him as well. I don't know what happened. But I can see some members here from Chow
Mm-hmm.
here at Neuschwanstein.
Oh,
And Pirates is here. Nonsense is here as well.
Adonis is
So
moving on this one. I
yeah, so maybe you can check out Neuschwanstein Castle, MG.
Yep.
Nonsense is here. Nonsense is a bunch of members.
Mhm.
And while they are here at this castle, they successfully took Hohenshuango as well.
Yep.
So as things are happening right now for most of our guilds, all mid-sized guilds are here. I'm not sure where the big-sized guilds are. Last Nightmare is nowhere to be seen. We only saw them for a brief moment at the start of the session, along with the attack of Red Dominari.
Yes.
Arsenal as
Yes. And yeah, I think right now, um, if Adonis is keeping up with the fights right now that they have, I think their guild, like for sure, 100%, I'm sure that they will improve a lot. And again, we saw this type of style coming from Arsenal. Arsenal is very active on the fights lately. They started on a very low number, and they actually climb up into a mid-size. Then after a few weeks of those massive fights coming from Arsenal, from mid-size guild, they actually turned into a large size guild that can actually match a Dominari. So if Adonis can keep it up and continues recruiting on their side, it's a matter of time that they will gain numbers, and I'm 100% sure that this guild Adonis can can be a medium-sized guild or even a large guild in few weeks.
uh-huh.
So that's actually my prediction here on Adonis. Same goes with Fratres. Fratres right now they've been doing well on fights. We saw them versus Adonis. I think there is a bit of miscommunication on the first part, but Fratres is showing their consistency, and I think needs to be a bit of a there needs to be a adjustment on the comms or on the commands as well on their side. And once they're polished that communication on their guild, definitely they can steamroll everyone in a small or medium sized competition here in ROGGH. So yeah, James.
Yes, and yeah, sorry for the technical difficulties again. I'm not sure if you actually saw that the camera just went black for a
Mm-hmm.
minute there. So we're just going to put our names there for a time being for this session.
Yes, I think that's the best one.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing we can do to prevent any more mishaps from happening. Yeah, so since I was actually informed that there are a bunch of ISP problems currently here
Ah, yeah,
at
yeah, yeah.
at the Philippines. So yeah, I think a bunch of our players are experiencing that as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So maybe if you are experiencing some tech difficulties right there. Hopefully you are fine. Hopefully
Yeah.
everything is okay right there. As we know how it feels if you don't have a decent connection currently going.
Yeah, speaking of connections, it's really hard to like to compete, especially if you're using a um, key characters such as like Suras, Warlocks. Wherein, I mean not Warlocks, like the Sorcerer
Mhm.
and Arcase, because these three classes that I'm mentioning, and even Mechanic, these four classes that I mentioned, is most of them they're actually the one who's dictating the facing on the fight, right? They
Mhm.
are the one who's putting the Numas. They're the ones who's putting the Land Protector. They're the ones who's putting the damage in front, and so on. So if you really have like a bad connection, it could really affect your entire performance for this War of Imperium. So yeah,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah, I think ping is really important for a lot of our players since mostly our classes rely more on their actions that you can do in a single baby per minute. Then the timing is really important, so that single maybe 10 millisecond delay can actually cause things to go south for your guild.
Yes.
But yeah, we saw a decent defense here inside that portal. So maybe rather Purple Dominari wants to try their luck into taking them out.
Yes. And yeah, I think that's the one of the we know for a fact that we have veteran players that we here
Mhm.
in ROGGH, right? And every time that they're that they see any mistakes coming from your guild, they won't hesitate to take that mistake and convert it into a win on their side. So you know, having a good connection is a must if you're gonna play this game. Because again, the one that you're fighting here is not like new players, but most of them are really expert on using their classes. Yeah. So okay. So right now we're trying to check Dominari right now. I think battle chance have been casted now. We have few players right now
Mhm.
at waiting at the choke. Okay.
Mhm. Yes, and Dominari is just waiting here at inside or to push in on the portal.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
maybe they're just waiting for the opportunity to strike. We have that classical pluck on the floor. Dominari wants to push in, and you can. This is nonsense, right?
Yes, this is
Nonsense is
nonsense.
just defending
The
perfectly right
defense,
here. They are really good in
the
actually
damage.
defending castles like this one, using doing that portal
Oh, it's
defense,
perfect.
and they've been perfecting this for a long time now. As you can see, there are no dead spots there in their defense. That's why Dominari has a hard time into
Wow.
actually taking nonsense out. But a member of Dominari is
Okay, we have some
successful into
red.
pushing out. Okay, okay, that Dominari is getting hit still by that Dragon's Breath. But nonsense, what's that character? What character is that? Suicidal Destruction? No,
Oh,
no, will not land right there. So it almost went in on the stack of nonsense. It's
wow.
dangerous. That's
Wow.
really really dangerous for
Wow.
nonsense. If that suicidal destruction landed.
James, I'm actually speechless right now on the defense of nonsense. It's been a
Mhm.
while that we see a solid defense or a solid portal defense coming from a guild. And now nonsense is showing how defense should be done. You know,
Yes.
the massive storm gust,
Yes.
the dragon's breath, and take note, if the dragon breath is not pulling the damage, they have the acid demo from they have the acid demo to knock those players who has really high HP and high
Mhm.
defense, which is
Yes,
very
usually
very
there are
nice.
no dead spots on the defense of
Yeah,
nonsense. We
yeah.
saw them actually do this a bunch of times in our previous sessions. And right now we are seeing it once again in full action. So props to nonsense actually into get setting up a decent defense right here. But we have a birthday greeting right here.
Oh,
And a shout out. So this is a shout out to Dalai or Dale. I am not sure how to say your name. Happy birthday, lol, hence Arsenal's emblem. So yeah, I was correct. Someone from Arsenal has a birthday, so that's why their
yeah.
emblem
Happy
is
birthday,
right
bro.
there.
Happy
So
birthday.
maybe that's why, maybe they're all celebrating right now. That's
Yeah, happy
why,
birthday. Happy birthday.
yeah. So maybe that's why they are sitting down on, the current session because they want to celebrate the
Yes.
birthday of, yeah,
Yeah.
their member.
And yeah, a quick side track on that one. Uh, I'm not sure if you're gonna agree with me, but
No.
Adonis,
Okay, okay.
Fratres, nonsense. These guilds are performing well.
Hmm.
Yeah. So like I mentioned earlier, if they keep on doing this, if they keep on performing like this, and people will see how they play, it will turn out that they're gonna be like the Arsenal. Like they will start. They started in a small number, medium, then went for a large number. So yeah. So I'm pretty excited for these three guilds.
Yes. And yeah, well, that's without the presence of the larger guilds. So I think they need to recruit more, a bunch of members for them to, compete with larger guilds such as Dominari or Red Dominari rather.
Mm-hmm.
Last Nightmare. If they want to compete against them, they need to recruit a bunch of members.
Yes.
Okay, but for now, they are able to deal with several guilds of their similar size.
Yes.
But yeah, we haven't seen the full number or this number of Dominari players push Fradgud Castle or
Mm-hmm.
Ars or rather Adonis Castle earlier.
Yeah.
Maybe it's around three-fourth of this only, three-fourth of this
Oh yeah.
number. Maybe a bunch of their members wanted to sit out on the attack against Adonis.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if Dominari uses their full number to deal with Adonis, Adonis won't stand a chance unless Adonis will recruit more members for their guild if they want to be more competitive. From all I know they are a bit casual. They are, just enjoying the game. So I think they can find more players to enjoy the game. I think,
Yeah.
they will stand a good chance into playing well in War of Emperium sessions, hence GVG.
Yes, I agree on that.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, oh no, there's no handsome MG. Okay.
The what?
It's from Michelle. Okay. So I see. I told you they're always looking for MG. No one's looking for James. Okay. All right. So Dominari wants to push in right now on nonsense. The Dominari is still holding
Oh,
right here. Curse Circle getting casted here
wow.
on rather nonsense. And
Wow.
we saw like four. We saw like no, actually, four players of Dominari push out and making sure they quickly enter or go out of that classical block that was casted on the near that portal. So when that happened, we saw two curse circles land on the stack of nonsense.
Yes.
And it cost mayhem for nonsense. They weren't able to do anything. They weren't able to cast skills. That's why they were quickly wiped out by the members of uh, Dominari.
Wow.
And we all know that Dominari doesn't lose a second time around in their push. They almost always win in second
Push.
chance portal defense
Yes.
pushes.
Yes, I agree. But I'm not sure
Okay.
what happened on nonsense there. Earlier they have a really solid defense earlier, but I think some cells are kind of you know open on their
Well,
side.
I think Dominari utilized their speed potions or guyak.
Or the Guyak push, yeah.
Yeah, because maybe if they have guyaks or they have speed potions, they can really push out of that classical block really really quickly.
Yes, I agree.
They can go out quickly because that wasn't their movement speed when they pushed the first time around.
Yes.
So maybe it's just like a scout for um what they call this for Dominari to scout nonsense,
Yes.
since they cannot defeat nonsense without using maybe speed potions.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they decided that they should use speed potions, so they could go out of that Rokisville or that classical puck really really quickly, use those skills and deal with their opponents.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's a
And
nice strategy for coming from Dominari, and
but
a decent defense from Nonsense. But yeah, they were all grouped up. They were all stacked up in a single location. That's why a single curse circle will cause a lot of mayhem for your guild.
yes. And I just want to comment on that Goyak push that you mentioned. I think that's an expensive strategy as well, because they're gonna
Mhm.
burn like almost like 600 to 600 maybe to a million by just pressing that one piece of an item.
Yeah,
Then
but MG,
it really,
no Zenny is too much if you want to win in a
yeah,
battle.
I know. I mean, they've been winning multiple Warf Imperium, so
Uh-huh.
definitely they have the supplies or they have the capabilities to spend multiple items on Warf Imperium, and they're a war
Uh-huh.
guild, so that should be expected.
Yeah. But decent defense coming from Nonsense right there. But we all know that Dominari has a tendency to really push you at your limits.
Yes,
All right.
and
And shout out to Aftershock 5v all. Let's go. Coming from Dylan or Jeff Dylan. Okay, so where is Aftershock right now? Aftershock earlier though captured multiple castles.
yes,
I'm not sure if they are defending one.
yes,
Yeah,
and
and
they're active. I mean, Aftershock, we've been seeing them capping as well.
Mhm.
So I think Aftershock, I mean, they have a potential to be like a medium-sized scale, you know.
Yeah,
It's just they just need to be
recruit.
recruit, be be more visible on Discord. Yeah. And
Maybe
yeah.
maybe they are trying their best to recruit more members, or maybe they're trying to zone things out for a time being.
Yeah, if
They want to play it casual for now, and then maybe if they decide to go competitive, they can recruit more members, or pair up with a different guild.
yeah, I'm
But
wondering if
right now, maybe they're a little bit casual.
yes, I'm wondering if if I'm gonna make a character, if they're gonna recruit me, you know.
Oh, there's no if you're going to make a character. You are going to make a character because you
Yeah,
promised the viewers your
I
gunslinger
know.
stream.
No,
Okay?
yeah, I've been playing, but I'm not playing with the gunslinger.
Okay, so
Yeah,
a lot I know a
reveal
lot
my
of our
IGN.
viewers.
I won't
I know a
reveal my
lot
IGN.
of the viewers were waiting for that gunslinger stream. They're waiting for you to
Like,
announce when will you play gunslinger,
like
okay?
seriously, I tried, James. I tried to play gunslinger and no comment. No comment.
I told you though,
I
but
love it, bro.
you were a gunslinger bias, okay? Gunslinger's your bias using that desperado.
Yeah.
But anyway, Nemesis Armada is going to try and attack this single mechanic coming from Dominari.
Oh, this is
Arm cannon
classic.
taking out.
This gone from Nemesis, he has a classic like a poo hat. I think it's a poo hat. Yeah.
Actually, he has no costumes on.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
classic.
Okay, he has no costumes on right there. Of course, we are seeing
Oh my, this
things
Dominaria
happen.
is really tanky.
Mhm. And actually, you can use that poo hat instead of that instead of that beret.
The sustain, the white pots popping.
Yeah, and that mechanic is still alive though, and they're not actually using
Here we go.
skills.
Poison react.
We might see a suicidal destruction.
Okay, here we go.
though.
Here we go.
We might see a suicidal
A
destruction.
GX.
He's just waiting.
Okay, GX,
He's
come
just
on.
waiting.
Do your thing, bro. Come
Okay,
on.
No.
Come on, GX. Let's go.
I know. I don't know how this
Here we
mechanic
go,
is still
cross impact.
alive.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. It's still alive. So maybe the damage of these players from Nemesis
Rolling
Armada
cutter.
isn't enough. You'll. Oh, okay. So he got wiped out, or maybe just front slide in different location.
I was thinking of the enchant deadly poison on that GX. I was waiting for that.
Okay. Yeah, anyway, MG, since there are only 24 minutes left in our current session, our players or our guilds will try and defend, secure their own spots. Since this happens usually in every last 15 to 20 minutes of our
Yeah.
current session.
Yeah.
Alright, since they are doing that, I do want to mention though
Mm.
that we have a new update or this is an event currently. This is an event. It's called the Eden Board Quest Update event. Okay. No, it's an update and it's an event. Okay, it's an update and it's an event. The update is that players can now accept all quests from the Eden Board at once. So that update is huge. Okay. It will help.
Oh.
It will help a lot of people since it will consume less time into, clicking the NPC and accepting several quests. Okay,
And it
so
has
you
like
can now.
50% XP.
Okay,
Wow.
so that's the event. That's the event. The Eden Board quest will, get a boost up and earn bonus 50% EXP from the 18th of August to September 1, 2022. So board quests will give you 50% more experience.
Wow.
And yeah, what I'm happy about is that you can claim all quests at once now.
No, that's a massive
Because
improvement. Yeah.
yeah, that's a massive improvement, especially
Yeah,
with
I
the
like
quality of life. Quality of life for players, alright? Since
Let's go.
uh, yeah, accepting board quests at higher levels is a pain.
I haven't
Okay?
tried the high level board quest.
Yeah, because you need to click a lot, alright? You need to click accept, then you need to basically you need to choose instead of just claiming everything, alright? Okay. So we have a shout out coming from Raymond. Shout out to Fratres. Um Click your pots faster. Good luck. Okay.
Wait, what?
Okay. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I could translate that because I read it at the moment. Okay. And yeah, Nemesis Armada has decent numbers currently. You can see it right here, MG.
Yes.
They just didn't appear at the start of the session.
I mean, I think what Nemesis Armada. I mean, based on what I'm seeing on them, they're very selective on those for the guilds that they're gonna fight. Right? They know for a fact the gap maybe on the items, maybe on the level versus other guilds. So technically they're very practical on choosing fights. If they know that they can
Yes.
take it, like Pratres, for example, like Adonis, they're not gonna back down. 100% they're not gonna back down. They're gonna take the initiative to push. They're gonna take the initiative to to hold down their defense there and wait for those enemies to come in. But if the scenario is more on Dominaris side, Last Nightmare, they know their limits. They're gonna try to defend that, but on the second round, they're gonna move on a different objective. And that's what I like about this guild. They know the strengths and weaknesses of their guild. They know their lineup. They're aware what's their strategy on certain guilds as well. Which guilds which guilds can they push, and which guild can they properly defend. So that's what I
Yes.
like about our Nemesis Armada. And at the same time, the numbers of this guild is very consistent. More consistent than the Escargot, I think. And more
Mm.
consistent versus other guilds. I won't mention any guild's name, but yeah,
Well,
this guild is very consistent.
I think for Nemesis Armada, um, they're playing a little bit low key.
Mm-hmm.
They're always playing a little bit low key. They're playing for objectives, mostly to secure a castle in every session. They're not playing for GVGs. They're not
Yet,
playing to
yet,
improve
yet,
their
maybe yet. They're
their
not
fighting
playing yet.
capability as of yet. Yeah, as of yet. But we can see their improvement as time goes on.
Yeah.
They are choosing their fights because they know their capability, as you mentioned earlier. They know
Yes.
their capability. They know their numbers. If they don't have enough numbers, they won't push, and they won't waste their time into pushing several castles,
Yes.
and they want to consume less consumables than most guilds currently.
Yes.
So yeah, Nemesis Armada is good into very very strategic and just making sure to secure their objectives as much as possible.
Yes.
And
And
speaking of securing their objectives,
ooh.
MG,
Mm.
uh, Arsenal is back here in Kremhild, but they actually used that butterfly wing or character selected out. So
Oh.
they are back here at Kremhild Castle. They were defending earlier, but
But right now,
I don't know where they're going to go.
yeah. But right now, I think Dominari is trying to take their chances versus Nemesis Armada. We're seeing three Dominash right now trying to contest Nemesis' defense. And currently, Nemesis Armada is just dropping huge bombs there, putting quite of damage to these three players of Dominari. And they've been sustaining this. We're seeing massive storm gusts and auto storms as well on the side
Mhm.
of Nemesis Armada. And we're seeing two Nemesis Dominari here still sustaining the damage. I'm not sure how they can sustain this damage. Are they pressing the white potions that fast? Or it's just this
Oh,
or
okay.
that player is tanky?
Ahoy.
Okay.
So I think that goes both ways. They're tanky. They're quick into pushing those potions so that they can survive. But Curse Circle will land there on Nemesis Armada, but no follow-up damage coming from that Sura of
Yes.
Dominari. And yeah, Dominari just wants to push on Nemesis Armada right there. And we have someone right here commenting that there's a battle pie on top right. So I believe that is uh what do you call this? Holy no, no, that's Bamboo Grove Hill, maybe?
Yeah, I hope I can catch that. I don't have the right now.
No, 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 that's not Bamboo Grove. I think that's is that Bright Arbor? No, but because Bright Arbor is at the left side. Holy Shadow, that's Holy
Yeah,
Shadow,
Holy
right?
Shadow.
Okay, that's Holy
Hopefully I
Shadow.
can catch. Oh my god. Let's go.
Okay, so last Sniper is the one holding Holy Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm checking it out right
Did
now.
did
Red
did
Dominari.
did the last nightmare wipe Red Dominati or not yet?
I'm not sure because in their previous session, this was the castle that Last Sniper was holding on to
Mhm.
as well. And we have a battle currently ongoing though. It was Red Dominari and Last Nightmare.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. So that maybe that's why we haven't seen much of Last Nightmare. Maybe because they were here.
Thank you.
Or
Is
did they
that
capture
Chester
this?
who commented
Yeah,
earlier?
it's Chester.
Thank you, Chester.
But the castle got broken though.
I need to go there as fast as I can. Nonsense is moving here at Virgil. I think they're gonna port out.
Oh, okay. So Last Sniper just captured Holy Shadow earlier. But it has been retaken by Dominari.
So it got flipped. Yeah.
So I'm not sure if Last Nightmare is going to push again. Maybe they might decide to push again or push a different castle for this for tonight's session since we only have 15 minutes left in our
Yes.
current session.
Again,
And
I'm not sure. Is Dominaria gonna, you know,
yeah, I
go
think
for the economy or just
maybe
or fight?
we know how Dominari plays. I'm pretty sure they're not going to defend this. Because if they're going to do what they do best, to secure multiple castles, they're going to leave this castle behind, then push a different castle, or push separate castles to
Yeah.
secure more of their economy. Okay? Yeah, leech me please, said Michelle. Okay, we're just waiting for MG though.
No, 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 no.
Shout
You
out
you
to
guys
my
leech me.
guild, Money Heist King of Bifrost. Okay.
You guys leech me.
I'm not sure because MG doesn't want to play with us.
uh, I'm trying to
Okay.
play privately for the meantime because I just
Uh-huh,
want to learn because
uh-huh,
again
uh-huh.
it's been a while since I played a third job, you know.
Oh, but you're just going to play a gunslinger though. It's
Um,
not really third job. Okay,
uh,
okay, okay. Okay, whatever you say, MG.
yeah, it's a matter of time, you know, that I'll maybe you can see me on the Wharf Imperium soon.
Oh, okay, using that desperado. Okay, if we see a gunslinger doing anything fishy in War of Emperium, that's MG.
I think the best option for me if I'm gonna use a gunslinger is join Dominari. Like, I would just stay at the back.
Okay, but
I
that
mean,
an archbishop can use like a skill on you and you'll get eliminated
if
immediately.
if he can target me, if he can target
I'm pretty sure you can.
me.
You're going to be the only gunslinger there.
uh,
Anyway, MG,
yeah.
since we are watching these players right here, of course, I'm not sure if they're going to push this castle though. Last nightmare, we are waiting for them to capture a castle before this session ends. We only have 12 minutes left. And since we only have a few minutes left in our current session, I want to mention our updates like the Malangdo costume update
Yeah.
because there are 5 new Malangdo costumes that came in the August 4 patch. Okay, so there's that costume CDM mouth, costume hair of strong red, costume blue headdress, costume blinking eyes, and costume butterfly wing ears. Enchanted Stone Box Volume 7 can be received by trading in these new costumes to designer Haydam in Malangdo. And you can use those enchant stones to enchant your costumes for additional stats and bonuses.
Oh.
And aside from this update, I do want to mention again the SG community event that is coming up. That will happen on the 27th of August. You can come and meet our CM Miko and fellow players. Stay tuned for more updates coming up. Players who have indicated their interests are reminded to check their email inboxes and junk mailboxes for updates on the event.
Yeah.
And we also do have our Razor Gold August, which MG will mention to you right
Yeah.
now.
I keep on missing the poster for the Razer for some reason.
Alright.
Yeah. Wait, let me just bring up the poster. Keep on missing the poster. Ah, yeah, I need to rename it. Yeah, okay. So guys, I'm inviting you guys to check out our Razer Gold promotion this coming this August. And this promotion started way back August 1 and it will end on the 31st of August. So recharge your GEnjoy account via Razer Gold wallet and get in-game items such as Mystic Powders, Tears Blessing, Unlimited Flywing Box, I hope I get that correct now, Almighty, Infinity Drink, Power Boost, Guaranteed Armor 5, and Costume Eleanor Wig. And that's for free. Yes. So for August promotion, yeah. So for every 2,000 KP top up with your Razer Gold wallet, you can actually score Mystic Powder, 5 pieces of Tear Blessing, two pieces of Wing of Fly for 2 hours box, and for 10,000 KP, total of top up with Razer Gold Wallet. You will be getting 10 pieces of Almighty, 10 pieces of Infinity Drink, 10 pieces of Power Booster, and guaranteed armor 5 up. And of course, the 30,000 KP total top up with Razer Gold, you will be getting the Eleanor wig.
All right.
Yes, and make sure to check out our website, www.gnjoy.asia/top up for your top up concerns and for your Razer buff concerns. There you
All
go.
right. All right.
There
Okay,
you go.
so basically to sum it all up, there are three tiers here in the Razer Gold promotion. Of
Yes.
course, that is the total top up or total accumulated top up uh, KP or Kafra points you
Capper
do
points.
via Razer Gold wallet. So tier 1 is 2000 KP, tier 2 is 10,000 KP, tier 3 is 30,000 KP.
Yep.
Okay, total accumulated top up from August 1, 2022 to August 31, 2022.
Yes.
So there's only like 11 more days for you guys to get that Razer Gold August promotion buff.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so currently, I think, yeah, like you mentioned earlier, I think Dominaris is gonna sit it out right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Arsenal, you mentioned earlier that I think they're celebrating one of their guildmates' birthday today, right? That's
Uh-huh.
why their presence right now is not that impacting to the war, but
Yeah, well, earlier I saw them here in Kremhild Castle for very, very few minutes though. But
yes,
they're nowhere to be found right now since Dominari is, actively scouting. Maybe a few members of Arsenal will, just scout around and defend. Okay, so not only a few. Okay, so that's my bad.
but
I'm
again,
not gonna mention anything.
we saw impacting guilds like Adonis earlier fighting Fratres and
Mm-hmm.
Dominari earlier. We saw a good defense, a good offense, and some crazy gameplay coming from the Sura of Adonis as well, creating a
Mm-hmm.
huge impact on clashes as well, or buying some time for their guild. And a solid defense as well coming from Nonsense, securing their Imperium. They managed to put a good fight versus Dominari as well. Dominari got wiped out on the first push, but we know for a fact that Dominari, once they regroup on the second push, they will get what they want. So yeah, I think there's a lot of things there's a lot of things happen today, you know. So
Yes,
mhm,
and we haven't seen much of the other guilds.
mhm,
Last Nightmare earlier tried to defend Holy Shadow, but I'm not sure where they're stationed at right now. Maybe they are deciding to push a castle at the last minute. Since we still have 5 minutes left in our current session, though,
yes,
so I'm not sure where they are. But we all know that Last Nightmare is very, very capable into pushing a castle at the last minute.
yes,
So maybe they're playing things out differently. And Adonis just conquered the Fadgrid Castle once again.
yeah,
Dominari Hasoken Shuanggo, of course. Scarlet Palace, Dominari has a hold of it as well. So Dominari has a hold of a lot of castles. Okay.
yes.
Mercedes Chow. Actually, Chow is in Mercedes. I think this is Chow though, the one with the acid bottle emblem.
Yes, I think it's actually right to take advantage of the guilds right now. I think most the guilds that has been contesting consistently Dominari is one of them is Arsenal. Last night I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sure what their strategy for today's session. We
But
saw
but but wait, MG, hold on. Oh no, late. It's too late. Okay, never mind. Okay, so continue. Sorry about that.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, again, we're talking about the two guilds who can actually contest Dominary. That's Arsenal, which is currently celebrating one of their members' birthday, and Last Nightmare. Last Nightmare, they've been trying to play it safe, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. They're trying to play it safe, maybe. So that's why Dominari is moving or capping multiple castles. And again, having multiple castles will actually help your entire guild on gaining, you know, few supplies or few items to help your members on sustaining the su- the entire potions probably, or the guyaks or anything. So yeah,
Yes.
and the
All right.
gems. Yeah.
And yeah, we just saw a last minute push coming from
Guns.
goons in Bright Arbor. Mercedes was also captured by goons, but when I stopped you earlier when you were saying something, actually Chow, goons, and I forgot. There's another guild there at Mercedes who was trying to break that castle along with the goons.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah, I'm not sure if Last Nightmare will decide to break a castle right there.
yeah. And I just want to point something out about Opus Dei. I think this is a good call coming from Opus Dei right now. Why? Because they've been defending their castle near their Emperium every last minute.
Who?
Opus Dei.
Yeah, yeah.
They've been defending their Imperium always on the.
Is that their ally?
Hey, wait, what? Sorry.
Oh, they have a green emblem of Opus
Yeah,
Dei.
yeah. They
Right.
have a green emblem. So yeah, I think this is a good call coming from Opus Dei, moving their defense near the portal, making sure that you know they have a vision on who's gonna push, and just in case only just in case that they got punished there, or if they got wiped out, they still have the flag board, wherein they can have a second chance on defending their Imperium for the second time inside the periphery, or inside the closed portal deck. So this is a good call. This is a huge adjustment coming from Opus Dei from their defense.
And same goes for nonsense in Brigar Castle.
Yeah.
If you wanna take a look at that as well, they are holding the entrance. But luckily for the castles that they chose, there's only a single entrance in the castles that they decide to defend. But because Britannia castles usually has two portals for the entrance. All right, so yeah, Opus Dei nonsense. This is where they shine the most at the end of every session. Of course, they just want to secure their economy. They don't want to consume too much potions. That's why they're just trying to hold their consumables and maybe use it for in a different time. Maybe if there are events.
Yeah.
Okay. And hearts coming from Michelle right there. Any GGH event in ESGS, just wait for the announcements.
Yes.
We can't say much as of now. Okay. Uh, but yeah, make sure to follow the page, like and follow the page Ragnarok Online GGH. Then make sure to join the ROGGH Discord. Of course, events will be posted there, so make sure to check them out. Then yeah, just wait for the future announcements.
Yep. Okay. So last few seconds,
Okay,
and
so
that's
it's
it.
actually yeah.
Let me just
Uh,
let's go and check this.
yeah, and you already voiced out your thoughts earlier as the War of Imperium was ending, though,
Yeah.
MG.
Yeah.
And as what I can see in the capture list, Nonsense secured the castle, Nemesis Armada Opus Dei, Dominari, Pirates, Goons, Arsenal, Adonis. Okay. and Fratres.
Mm-hmm.
No Diaz Cartel. Um, yeah, no Diaz Cartel on the
Nemesis,
list. No Chow.
Nemesis got, yeah, Nemesis Armada managed to
No, Nemesis
capture.
got one. Nemesis got one. And no Last Nightmare.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm not really sure why not Last Nightmare didn't actually capture any castles right now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that that technical difficulty here in the Philippines affected some of our
Mm-hmm.
players. Because we all know that there are three countries involved in GGH,
Mm-hmm.
or possibly even more, since players are just coming in from different countries to
Mm-hmm.
play in our server. But yeah, I think a lot of our players got affected by intermittent connection, so that's why they decided to maybe participate in a different session.
Yeah.
But yeah, since a lot of our big size guilds weren't available this time, most of our mid sized guilds stepped up to participate in War of Imperium.
Mm-hmm.
We saw how Adonis played. We
Yep.
saw how Nonsense played.
Yep.
We saw how dominating Dominati can still be even without the red one still there.
Yep.
Arsenal, prioritizing things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't think that's something bad.
It's actually good.
And
It's actually good.
yeah, they
We've been
just want to
seeing.
celebrate their camaraderie, I think.
Yes. And
And they
again,
actually even made an emblem for him for the
oh yeah,
birthday
yeah, that
celebrant.
is awesome. To be honest. And at the same time, I really like the guilds that we saw today. Like
Mhm.
even numbers. Again, if we're talking about small scale, medium scale, that is for me that's a serious fight versus a large versus large guild, because sometimes numbers is the factor on winning. But if you have like
Yes.
a small scale, yeah, if you have a small scale fight and you have even numbers, that's one. If you really have an error, like that's gonna be the end of your entire fight versus of
Yes.
having a large guild. Yeah.
Yes. I think we can briefly show ourselves right here, MG. Can we? Is everything
Yeah.
okay? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Since we are doing the outro actually. Yeah, and I like how our guilds played for our current session.
Mm-hmm.
And hoping to see our guilds improve more at the upcoming sessions that we are going to have here in Ragnarok Online GGH. And just be prepared for the future events that will come up. So make sure to stay tuned and just follow the necessary social media. ROGGH has a Twitter account as well, so make sure to check it out. Um, the Facebook page, the Discord, of course, the important things. And make sure to check or follow those, keep your notifications on
Yes.
for the Discord and the Facebook page. Of course, so that you don't miss any notifications or updates from the events coming from ROGGH.
Yes, I agree.
And yeah, anything you want to add, MG?
I think I just want to add, like, if you're still watching, guys, make sure to type in exclamation notify on the chat box here in the stream, so you don't need to,
Mhm.
check ROGGH if there's any new news or any events. It will automatically pop up on your newsfeed. So exclamation notify will do that for you.
Yes, and we want to apologize for the technical difficulties that
Yeah.
we experienced for this current session. It's something that we cannot really avoid at this moment, but we'll do our best to adjust in the following sessions as well. And anyway, that's going to be it for tonight. War of Imperium schedule is of course on Saturday and Tuesday, 9 to 11 p.m. GMT plus 8. And once again, we are your casters. My name is James.
Hey, my name is MG.
And we'll see you guys in the next session. Bye, guys.